Jordan, and this is VENUM. Yes, a bit of a new look here. This is the new setup. What's that back there? Anyway, welcome to The Void. This is episode 40. Super Show. I'd like to direct you to the video description below this video. There you'll find links to my full network. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so, and click that bell to enable notifications. It's the only way to be notified when a new video is uploaded. So this is episode 40. Super Show. Why is it a super show? I'm gonna talk Friday Night SmackDown and the Royal Rumble. That's why it's a super show. I'm sorry. Super Show. So Friday Night SmackDown from January 28th and the Royal Rumble from the 29th. Basically, it was a nothing SmackDown and an underwhelming Royal Rumble, right? We'll get into it. This company. So let's start with SmackDown. I'm gonna quickly run through SmackDown because it was a nothing presentation. Were they even trying? So where are we at? SmackDown. SmackDown opened up with an intro sequence with, their theme song, "Are You Ready for a Good Time?" And I can't, for the love of me, I can't recall ever seeing that intro package. They usually just are right into the program. So they do have an a little intro sequence. This is just first time I've ever seen it. SmackDown was live from Kansas City. First thing that happened was Charlotte Flair came out. She said a bunch of stuff. It sounded like she was just talking in circles. Shayna Baszler came out to interrupt. Baszler said something about snapping limbs. I was zoning out. Then friggin' Aaliyah comes out. It's like, who? Aaliyah comes out and she interrupts. At this point, I slipped into a coma. I was done. By the time I came to, there were about 5 or 6 women in the ring. And Sasha Banks slapped Charlotte in the face. Then everyone started fighting. And that's how the show started. After that, they showed a recap of Ridge Holland getting his face broken. Or his nose, whatever. Then Ridge Holland and Sheamus were backstage for an interview. Then Ridge Holland and Sheamus made their entrance. And it's going to be a tag team match. Cesaro and Ricochet versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. And I'm thinking to myself, wasn't Cesaro just teaming with Mansoor? Weren't they supposed to? They were this new tag team trying to become number 1 contenders a few weeks ago. Now Cesaro's teaming with Ricochet. So who knows? The match got underway. They had a pretty decent TV tag match. Ricochet is crazy. He's batshit fucking crazy. Hell-bent on committing suicide, apparently. So fucking Ridge Holland won he pinned Cesaro after doing some move. And I thought it would be nice if there was some storied reason why these people keep interacting beyond the fact that Ricochet accidentally broke Ridge Holland's nose. That seems to be the only... I don't know. So after that, they showed a progressive match flow recap of the main event from last week. The main event tag match. The Usos versus Seth Rollins and KO, Kevin Owens. Quick check, make sure everything's rolling. It's a new setup. They showed a recap from the main event from last week. Then after that, there was this Royal Rumble, kind of hype package that I am swearing to God to you went for about 15 minutes. It was the longest video package ever created. This show just feel like they were like, yeah, let's just fill time. We got 2 hours to just get through. This was white flag. My God, just a nothing episode. Back in the arena, Naomi came out, and Sonya Deville was shown backstage trying to coerce the referee to cheat for her. Whatever his name is, the ref says, nah, I'm going to call it down the middle, and then whatever. So Sonya came out, and these women just proceeded to have a full-length TV match that really lacked any drama. There was no, they just had a match. It was just a match. It's like, is this the payoff to this fucking nonsense? Is that just, 6 months of Sonya Deville abusing her powers and putting her thumb on Naomi, and the payoff is they just have a one-on-one match. They just have a middling one-on-one match, and Naomi wins. Post-match, Sonya Deville announced that she was going to be in the Royal Rumble match. Okay. After that, Kayla Braxton was backstage for an interview with the Usos. They're talking about, Roman will still win even though they're barred from ringside. The Viking Raiders walked in to interrupt the number one contenders for the tag team championships. Let's not forget. And they were talking just complete nonsense about axes and eating and just what's going on. Back in the arena, Sami Zayn made his entrance, and they flashed a AR graphic, augmented reality graphic, saying Zayn was up next. Great. They go to a break. When we come back, Sami Zayn was in the middle of the ring. There was a table set up with two podcast mics. Jinder Mahal and Shanky were out there for reasons I have yet to determine. Sami said, he had to repackage the show, so now it's more of a live podcast instead of a jackass stunt show. So great. Another wrestler-hosted talk show that takes place in the middle of the ring, in the middle of what's already a show. Oh my God. They just have their comfort zone. It's complete nonsense. They just rambled on for a little while. They never got to any point of any kind. Then Rick Boogs and Nakamura came out. They interrupted. Nakamura kicked Sami Zayn in the face, and then they flashed an augmented reality graphic saying Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs are going to take on Jinder Mahal and Shanky in a tag match. And it's just like, how did we get, what the fuck was any of this? It's just, I can't, how did we get from point A to point B? Why was Sami Zayn? This was just stuff happening. So we'll just do this and not care how it pertains to anything. That's what's going on here. The random shit is just happening that doesn't pertain to anything. Because elsewise, what the fuck? So tag match was underway. Rick Boogs won with his incredible power. He's the strongest man on it. After that, Kofi and Big E had a backstage interview, and they made their entrance. And there's another graphic. It's another tag match. We just had a tag match. Now it's another tag match. New Day versus Crappy Corbin and Mudcap. They had an okay match. But anything involving Crappy Corbin and Mudcap is just automatically inferior. New Day won with a double team of some description. And after that, Roman made his entrance for they'd previously advertised a face-to-face with Seth Rollins, which means they're just going to come out and stand in the ring and talk for however long. So Roman moves out first. Took him a month and a half to get to the ring. Rollins came out after. They just proceeded to have a long verbal exchange. Seth Rollins seemed to get underneath Roman's skin with his, comments about betraying the Shield. And eventually, Roman pushed past him like he was going to storm off in anger. Then he turned and attempted a Superman punch, but Seth saw it coming, dodged out the way. And that was it. That was everything that happened on this program. Just a nothing fucking show. SmackDown went off air, and it was just like, why did any of that happen? It didn't really get you hyped for the Royal Rumble. It was just like this contractually obligated event that it just had to put on. Oh, we got to do 2 hours. So that was SmackDown. From the January 28th edition. So the Royal Rumble happened the next night. Are they doing their pay-per-views? I'm sorry, premium live events on Saturdays now? They're just, sometimes it's on Saturday, sometimes it's on Sunday. Just pick a fucking day. So at the top, they played a Royal Rumble hype package. As is tradition, these just well-edited, incredible voiceover, just top-notch video package to kick off the premium live event. They were live from St. Louis. The stadium looked incredible. The set, the kind of just LED'd out canopy that had it was like an extended ring around the ring almost. It was just like this structure, and it was just decked out with LEDs and pyro apparently. This is one of those things. WWE is just so on another level when it comes in terms of feeling big time, as compared to AEW, who just at this point in time cannot pull off something like this. I think they had 40,000 people in the stadium. So Roman Reigns was out first. We're kicking things off with the Universal Studios Championship match. That's how the Rumble is starting off. Seth Rollins came out to the old Shield music. He entered through the crowd just like the Shield used to, and he was wearing his tactical Shield gear. So, mind games or whatever the fuck. They had in-ring introductions for both men like they're supposed to. It's a title match. Keep in mind, Usos are banned from ringside. Not that it matters. I thought they were just going to come out there anyway. There's just no trust. There's no trust. There's no faith. I just assumed they were just going to come out there anyway. But I think about 4 minutes into this thing, Seth Rollins was powerbombing Roman through the announce table. So it's like, we're starting off hot, aren't we? We're starting off hot. They had a pretty decent, I said slightly above average pay-per-view quality match going on here. The next thing you know, Roman put Seth Rollins in a guillotine choke. The ref goes to do the limp hand thing to check on Seth Rollins. When he drops Seth Rollins' hand, it lands on the rope. Seth Rollins makes it to the rope break. Roman just kept a hold of the submission, and the ref counted to 5 and disqualified him. So a decent match that They just shit on with this horrible finish. I can't comprehend why. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. This was let's get out of it. Let's just get out of it finish instead of actually delivering on anything. Post-match, Roman beat the hell out of Seth Rollins with a steel chair. And the people booed. I'm not sure if they were legitimately booing Roman because they were upset, or if they were just booing that this was rubbish and the match shouldn't have ended that way. So, I don't know. The chair was mangled by the time Roman was done. We go from that to the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, okay. I guess we got to get one of these out of the way at some point. It seems a bit bizarre to me that it's just all of a sudden now. Oh, we'll have a men's Royal Rumble match and a women's. For no reason, we'll have a men's Hell in a Cell and a women's for no reason. Whether anything calls for it or not, we're just obligated. If we do it for the men, we got to do it for the women. And it's like, yeah, but you know you're going to get about 20 people out there that have no fucking clue how to wrestle, right? So the Women's Rumble kicks off. Sasha Banks was out first. Was she dressed like Sailor Moon? I feel that's the first thing I thought of was like she's dressed like Sailor Moon. Is that anime even popular anymore? Does it still exist? I'm not gonna lie, I watched it as a kid, but what the fuck? She came out dressed like Sailor Moon. The returning Melina was entry number 2. She got down to ringside and took about 10 or 12 minutes to remove her entrance gear. She was strapped into a safety harness? I don't know what was going on. They just kept cutting to her and she just still didn't have her entrance gear off. And then eventually, they just quit shooting her. So about 10 minutes later, she gets her entrance gear off. And Sasha Banks just quickly threw her out. So thank you for coming, Melina. Tamina was entry number 3. And I'm not sure how she's still employed there. I can't figure it out. I cannot figure this out. Kelly was entry number 4. Kelly looks like she had never learned how to run the ropes to begin with. Like she just... Oh, God, she's bad. And it's not, she hasn't been in the ring in how long? She was always bad. She was never good. So fucking... Sasha quickly tossed Kelly out and was like, thank God, before she hurt somebody. Aaliyah was the 5th entrant. Liv Morgan was number 6. Queen Zelina was number 7. Zelina ended up eliminating Sasha Banks, and I thought, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? What in the flying sunshine titty fuck? How does that make any sense? Bianca Belair was entry 8. At this point, I realized Zelina's about 4'9". She's not quite as short as the chick on AEW, that 4'6" looking bitch with the thick thighs. She's 4'6" tall and she's 4'6" wide. Dana Brooke was entry number 9. Dana Brooke's face looked like it just came out of a 3D printer. Just fresh out of a 3D printer. Michelle McCool was number 10. She ran wild on everybody, kinda, and then she eliminated Dana Brooke, and I was like, thank God. Thank God. WWE official Sonya Deville was entry number 11. She walks out, walks around the ring, and gets on commentary. What are the rules? Natalya was number 12. Natalya eliminated Tamina. Good. Former Funkadactyl Cameron was entry number 13. She had a brief stint in AEW as Ariane, and she stumped the joint out, and they didn't have her back. So this is a one-off, and rightfully so. They mentioned on commentary that Cameron and Naomi used to be tag team partners, the Funkadactyl, years ago. So Sonya Deville hopped in the ring and specifically targeted Cameron and eventually eliminated her. Then, surprise, surprise, Naomi was entry 14. Sonya and Naomi immediately started mixing it up as soon as Naomi got in the ring. And Naomi ended up eliminating Sonya. So, I guess this must go on. I'm not sure. No one's sure what even this story is. It's just been happening for months now, and apparently it's still happening. Sonya Deville and Naomi. They ought to quit chanting "fight forever" because then you get stuff like this happen. Where are we at? Carmella was entry 15. She just came out and was just hanging at ringside. How are they allowed to just come out and just, I'll get in when I feel like it. Fucking Rhea Ripley came out at number 16 and she assisted Carmella with getting in the ring. Threw her in, and she got in Rhea Ripley, and she eventually eliminated both Carmella and Zelina. See ya. Thanks for coming. The actual queen, Charlotte Flair, was number 17. She was out at number 17. Charlotte eliminated Aaliyah because who cares? And then in a very nice moment, Ivory came out at number 18. She had the old right to censor get up going on with the siren blaring, that whole entrance music thing. And Ivory came out with a mic and it was just talking. She was just shit talking the current women's crop all the way to the ring. Ivory gets in the ring and Rhea just sets her over the top rope onto the apron. Ivory is still talking shit into the mic, and then Rhea eliminated her. So, thank you for coming, Ivory. Entry number 19, Brie Mode. Fucking Brie Bella. They're back. Brie Bella comes out at entry number 19. And then Impact Women's Champion, what do they call it? Knockouts. She's a knockout. Whatever the fuck. Impact Knockouts Champion Mickie James was entry number 20. But what was shocking to me is that she came out with her Impact Wrestling music, Hardcore Country. And she was wearing the Impact Knockouts champion. I would have bet the farm that championship didn't show up on WWE TV. But she came out wearing it. That surprised me. Mickie James eliminated Michelle McCool. The 21st entry was the beautiful Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox was out at 21. Almost a superhero. Nikki, almost a superhero. She's Nikki ASH. It said almost a superhero. Nikki ASH. ASH stands for almost a superhero. So she's almost a superhero. Nikki, almost a superhero. What in the flying French fried titty fuck? Just. Summer Rae was entry number 23. And it's like, no one cared. Natalya eliminated Summer Rae. Nikki Bella was entry 24. So we got both Bellas out there. They proceeded to eliminate Alicia Fox. Sarah Logan was entry 25. I've written here, who? Who? The Bellas eliminated Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan to just hateful boos from the crowd. They did not like that. Lita was out at number 26 to a huge reaction. Lita eliminated Mickie James. And then Mighty Molly was entry 27. Mighty Molly comes out at entry 27. Full superhero deal going on. Before Molly gets in the ring, Nikki, almost a superhero, attacks Mighty Molly, fully a superhero. Beats her down, throws her in, and then eventually eliminates Molly. So thank you for coming, Molly. The buzzer, the countdown went 3, 2, 1. Number 28 is coming out. You know this name had a bad reputation. Ronda Rousey returns. I thought, oh, whoa. Shock. I didn't see this coming. Ronda Rousey's back. Rousey's back in the WWE. When her music hit, the stadium came unglued. I anticipate there's some online newsletters that might have seen this coming. I don't look into that stuff, so I had no idea this was a good, genuine moment for me. Good shock. The baddest woman on the planet is back in WWE. Ronda eliminated Nikki ASH. Ronda eliminated Brie Bella. And, I'm sorry. Ronda eliminated Nikki ASH. And Brie Bella eliminated Nikki Bella. Out of nowhere. Number 29 was Shotzi. And it's just like, oh, what a letdown from Rousey coming out. Then Ronda eliminated Brie Bella. Your number 30 entrant was Shayna Baszler, who just happens to be good, close friends with Ronda Rousey. She got in the ring, and they kind of acknowledged it. They were looking at each other, smiling, getting hyped. Ronda eliminated Shotzi and Natalya. Charlotte eliminated Lita and Rhea Ripley. So your final four is Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair. Flair eliminated Baszler and Belair in one motion. They were both tangled up. Charlotte flipped them. So they're both out at the same time. So now the final two, Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, which is just what everybody wants to see, right? That's the money match, right? Nobody's talking about any other match involving Rousey besides Rousey and Charlotte Flair, right? Rousey eliminated Charlotte and won the thing. Ronda's back. She wins the Rumble. She's going to challenge whoever at WrestleMania. I think she's showing up on Raw tonight. I'm recording this on Monday. She's showing up on Raw tonight. So that was the Women's Rumble. I got to be honest, I was playing video games through this, and I've just gotten the order of entries and eliminations from a third-party site. After the Women's Rumble match, there was a one-on-one Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, who somebody still thinks is a good idea to name a person. You got we got names like Doudrop and Shanky. Some fucking guy's just called Eric. These fucking names. Becky Lynch and Doudrop just had a match that went way too long, considering nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck, and Becky Lynch won. This match in a stadium filled with 40,000 people was contested in front of gagged and bound hostages. That's how quiet it was. It was just, I'm not even sure what any of this was about because I don't watch Raw. But where was the heat? Where was the heat? After that, they announced the live attendance was 44,390, which we'll never know if that's accurate. The next match after that was Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Lashley was out first, accompanied by MVP. And Lesnar was out second, accompanied by Paul Heyman. They had in-ring introductions, but then when the ring announcer was going to announce Brock, Heyman cut in. Oh! Takes the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Does his usual spiel, and the crowd were mega up for it. They spoke every word he did as he did it, and it was like you had amplified voice across 40,000. It was kind of an incredible thing to see or hear. 30 seconds into this match, Lashley was bleeding from the mouth. This was just a big meaty man clash. Lots of suplexes. They were just boom, 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 finishing move, big move, big move. Eventually, the referee got knocked down. And it looked like Brock Lesnar had the match won. And fucking Roman Reigns runs in. He ran it out of nowhere and gave Brock Lesnar a spear. Then Roman holds out his hand in the direction of Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman hands in the WWE title belt, championship belt, to Roman Reigns, which he uses to clock Brock Lesnar across the head. A new referee appears, runs in out of nowhere. Lashley gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley wins and is the new WWE champion. But the story here, nobody cares about the WWE Championship. The story here is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman have just screwed Brock Lesnar. So what was the point? This makes no fucking sense. But Heyman assisted Brock to win the WWE Championship by allowing him to be entered into that a fatal 5-way. He got Brock Lesnar into that match. And then now he sides with Roman. Why even? What was the? This swervy shit doesn't make any sense. Why side with him just to turn on it? Okay, so Lashley's the new champion. Heyman has turned on Brock, and Heyman walked out with Roman at the end of it. The next match was Miz and Maurice, who is not a full-time wrestler, versus Edge and Beth Phoenix, who is not a full-time wrestler, although she did look jacked. They were billing this as the It Couple versus the Grit Couple. What in the flying sunshine, Florida fuck? I've written here, give me a break. Edge and Beth Phoenix won with dual glam slams after they did a dual spears on. They both speared Miz, and then they did stereo glam slams. Beth to Maurice and Edge to fucking Miz. And that's all I know about that match. That's all I know. Those are all the things I know. All that was left was the men's Rumbles match. The men's Royal Rumble match, right? So this was the main event, and it sucked. It didn't suck. It just was nothing. It just was nothing. To illustrate how nothing it was, AJ Styles was entry number 1. Shinsuke Nakamura was entry number 2. And, you know, maybe 5 years ago, this matchup would have had some kind of buzz around it. Maybe 5 to 7 years ago, but you know, AJ's just been messing around with NXT wrestler Grayson Waller. Shinsuke Nakamura has been Rick Boogsed to death. So it's just like, two guys out there, 2 mid-card guys out there. Austin Theory was out third. I haven't seen much of him. He's from Raw. Robert Roode came out at entry number 4. AJ Styles eliminated Robert Roode. There was, in and amongst this, were they chanting TNA? Was there a TNA chant? AJ Styles and Robert Roode faced off and the people chanted TNA. How the fuck does this happen? The current Impact Knockouts champion was out there and nobody said any boo about TNA. Robert Roode and AJ Styles, TNA from a decade ago. They look at each other and the people chant TNA. What just awfulness. Rich Holland was out at entry number 5. At this point I'm thinking, are there going to be any stars in this match? What am I watching? Montez Ford was number 6. Damian Priest was number 7. Sami Zayn was number 8. Johnny Knoxville came out at number 9, and it was like, all right, finally, is something going to happen? Like, up until entry number 9, nothing had happened. It was just a bunch of people no one cares about. I'm not going to say no one, just they're not on that level. Johnny Knoxville comes out and gets the better of Sami Zayn. Then for some reason, everybody just beat the shit out of Johnny Knoxville. Do they dislike him? What was this about? Maybe they all said, oh, this guy ain't a wrestler. He's a perpetrator. He's a poser. He's an imposter. Let's get him the fuck out of this wrestling ring. Everybody just beat the shit out of Johnny Knoxville. Turns whatever, what's his name? Montez Ford hit him with a frog splash. And then, as somebody else was going to eliminate Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn ran in out of nowhere and kicked him in the face. Haluva kick. Johnny Knoxville is out. Then AJ Styles eliminated Sami. So, stuff transpired. Number 10 was Angelo Dawkins. Number 11 was Omos, the Giant. Omos eliminated, almost right away, he eliminated both the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford. I'm sitting there watching this, and Omos wrestled like this was his second match ever. Ricochet was number 12. Chad Gable was number 13. Chad Gable gets in and tries to rally the troops and sends Damian. Why didn't they all just gang up on the guy? He sends Damian Priest, goes in by himself and gets eliminated. Almost eliminates Damian Priest. Then that's when Dominic Mysterio was out at 14. And everyone worked together to eliminate Omos. He's out. Crappy Corbin was 15. I'm like, we're halfway. And I still haven't seen a single fucking star. I don't give a shit about any of these people. None of these people are winning. No one thought any of these people were winning. It's just what? At entry 15, I'm sitting there going, oh, this is a shit Royal Rumble if they're just gonna there's nobody. There's nobody. Crappy Corbin eliminated Dominic Mysterio. Or as this thing is auto-corrected, Mysterion. And AJ Styles eliminated Austin Theory. Sheamus was out at 17. As Sheamus was making his way to the ring, AJ Styles eliminated Ridge Holland right in front of him. So Rick Boogs was out at number 18, and he eliminated Chad Gable with a military press over the top because he's so strong, or whatever the fuck. Mudcap was out at 19. Mudcap eliminated AJ Styles, the number one entrant. AJ didn't even get a Iron Man deal. It was just, fuck you. Riddle came out at 20, and that was the first person that felt like a star. Riddle came out at entry 20, and I was just like, the people reacted, and I was just like, even this guy, he's not gonna win it. Like, this Royal Rumble was just, up until this point, was just still so mid-card. Crappy Corbin eliminated Rick Boogs. Drew McIntyre was out at number 21. He was the 21st entry. McIntyre eliminated both Corbin and Mudcap. At some point, Ricochet was eliminated, and I'm not sure when or by who. Number 22 was Kevin Owens. Number 23 was Rey Mysterio. Number 24 was Kofi Kingston. Kevin Owens appeared to accidentally eliminate Kofi Kingston. Accidentally. Okay. So usually Kofi does that creative near elimination spot where he finds some creative athletic way to stay in. So he was trying, Owens shoved him off the top rope. Kofi was trying to land and clench to the barricade, but as he landed, his feet touched the floor in front of God and everybody. So he botched it up, and he was just eliminated. So thank you for coming, Kofi. Otis was out at 25. Big E was 26. Number 27 was Bad Bunny. I beg your pardon? The fuck is a Bad Bunny? So Bad Bunny is apparently a recording artist who's getting ready to go on tour. But he made this little minor pit stop to go be a part of the WWE Royal Rumble. Because they're just letting anyone do this now. Just have people walking off the street and just go wrestle professionally. Bad Bunny was dressed like he had just gotten out of military combat. What the fuck? Just what the fuck? Bad Bunny got in and started running wild. He eliminated Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. He gave somebody a fucking Riddle. He gave Riddle a Canadian Destroyer. He's flying off the top rope, doing crossbodies. And I'm not gonna lie, his shit didn't look bad, but where the fuck did this guy come from? Otis eliminated Rey Mysterio, and they didn't catch it on camera. They had to show a replay. Number 28 comes out, and it's Shane McMahon. Shane O'Mac, who just proceeded to throw the worst looking strikes I've ever seen in my life. Shane McMahon made Omos look like Kurt Angle. The fuck? Just Shane McMahon was out there looking like Chris Jericho, just past his prime, just fucking past it. Has no business being out there stinking up the joint. And then he eliminated Kevin Owens. So fucking Randy Orton comes out at 29. Huge reaction. Randy Orton's from St. Louis. It's a hometown energy. Randy Orton joins the fray, and he and Riddle eliminated Big E and Otis. I think, because I wasn't paying attention, the final, the big, number 30 was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out at number 30, because of course he did. Lesnar goes batshit fucking crazy and just starts, like, there's too many fucking people in this ring. There's too many fucking people. Brock Lesnar clears house. Orton, Riddle, Bad Bunny, Shane McMahon. Get the fuck out of here. The final two were sitting there. It was McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. Now, the last Rumble Brock Lesnar was in, Drew McIntyre was the guy to eliminate him, right? Brock Lesnar started from number 1 and was just dominating the Rumble, and McIntyre was the one who stopped him. So that's a little callback to that, I guess, right? No surprise here. Lesnar throws out McIntyre and Lesnar wins. So it looks like Brock Lesnar is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania again. Again. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Studios Championship again. They're just going to keep doing it. They're just going to keep doing that match at WrestleMania in the main event until, I don't know, until they sell to Disney. I have no fucking clue. So, and that was the end of it. That was the end of it. Just middling, underwhelming. The Women's Rumble was, I'd say, better than the Men's Rumble, definitely, because at least you had the Ronda Rousey surprise, and then you had a bunch of women from the past, and you had Impact Women's Champion Mickie James. You know, there was a decent mix of competitors in there where you went, oh, this might be the person. But then somebody new comes on, you go, oh, well, this might be the person. The Men's Rumble match, you just sat there going, I don't think any of these people are winning it. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. You might have thought, Drew McIntyre might win it. You might have thought, Riddle could win it. Randy Orton. But that would be so tired. But like there wasn't any real picks. It was just a bunch of warm bodies. That's just a just disappointing letdown of a men's Royal Rumble match, and it's just like just kind of at the end of it all just kind of felt like a waste, and it's gonna sour a lot of people because it was the main event too. It should have went on first, and the women's Rumble match should have main evented if they were gonna do this fuck shit. But I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, they got to the end and I'm just like, that's it? That's what's going on? That's it? Just Brock Lesnar comes out last and wins. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. So this has been the VENUM Super Show. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so, and click that bell to enable notifications. It's the only way to be notified when a new video is uploaded. That is all I got for you on this episode right now. I'd like to bid you all adieu. And until next time, with the new setup, I'm D'Lo Jordan, and this right here, this is VENUM.